Do you remember the good old days when people tried to fake real-time updates using something called set interval, which is not very effective of course? It's like that one friend who's constantly refreshing Instagram for every 5 freaking seconds and hoping something will pop up. But today, we're not gonna use that thing anymore. We're upgrading to the next level, which is the actual real-time updates. No more wasted server resources, no more spamming requests. We're gonna do it in the right way with the help of Redis, laravel-echo, and socket.io. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first thing first, we need to install Redis. On a Mac, open your terminal and then type brew install Redis. For Windows users, you'll need to activate WSL, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux, to install it via the terminal. Once Redis is installed, we can start it by typing redis-server. So basically, Redis is like a fast message broker, which is ensuring our every broadcasted events get relayed smoothly. After that, we can go to our Laravel folder and then open the terminal to install a PHP library called Redis by typing composer require Redis/Redis. So technically, Redis allows our Laravel application to interact with the Redis server. Next, open the .env file and set broadcast driver to Redis. Also, don't forget to add laravel-echo port, as we'll use this port later for the laravel-echo configuration. After that, open the database.php file inside the config folder, and then we can scroll down to the Redis section and set client value to Redis. Also, make sure to set the prefix value to an empty string. Next up, we're gonna create an event called test event. Go back to our terminal and then type php artisan make event test event. This event will contain the data that will be broadcasted to the front end. Actually, I have prepared the full event code so that you guys can copy paste it. Let's copy this code and then put it in this section. But make sure to add implement should broadcast now to the class. And here's the path for it. Now, let's moving on to the front end side. First, we need to open the terminal and then type npm install laravel-echo server. Because laravel-echo server, which is a Node.js server, listens to the events from Redis. So basically, it's like a middleman, ensuring our every broadcasted event is properly received by the client in the front end. For installing the server, type laravel-echo server init to set up the server configuration. As you can see, this is my configuration for the server since it's running in development, not production. If you'd like a tutorial on production settings, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Next up, we need to install socket.io by typing npm install socket.io-client. So, we're gonna use this one as the real-time communication between the server and the client side, which is getting the data smoothly without the need of page reload or maybe using something called set interval. But in order for the whole real-time updates to work, you have to install a package called laravel-echo. This package is actually different from the server one because we are gonna use this for the UI updates in real time. So basically, whenever a broadcasted event is received by socket.io, laravel-echo will fetch the data from socket.io and then update the UI in real time. But before that, let's open the resources folder and then create a new file called laravel-echo setup.js. This file will contain the configuration for the package. Let's copy the code from my Notion and then put it in here. After this, open fight.config.js and add the path for the laravel-echo setup file to the configuration. Then, copy this code and paste it after the plugin. Finally, we can run npm run build. Now, we can go to our blade code. I'm gonna use the default welcome blade file and then replace it with bootstrap file template. After that, let's copy the laravel-echo codes from my Notion. As we can see, we got the window laravel-echo port variable which contains the port for laravel-echo server, so that laravel-echo package can access the server. And then we define the socket.io and laravel-echo setup script tags. In the JS code section below, we got this user channel, which is the event channel that we defined earlier, in the test event PHP. And user event, that is the value from the broadcast as function. Inside these brackets, we can pass the data that we got from the backend to our front-end code. Let's test this out. I'm gonna create a route that will trigger an event to be broadcasted. You can set the data that will be passed to the front end inside the test event. Now, we can open two tabs. The first one is to trigger our broadcasted event, and the second one is for displaying our front end. Let's try triggering the event by refreshing the page. Okay, so as you can see, we got the success return. Now, let's open the second tab, and it works. That is how things work with the real-time update.